you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football. If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. Pleasure to have you here with me. Are the New York Jets and their fans underestimating who the pick could be at number 2? Are we minimizing what the options could be? We're going to get into that. We got Daniel Jeremiah's mock 2.0 that just came out. We're going to go over that. So sit back, kick your feet up. It's Blitz BK time. Let's have some fun.
This got me.
Gentry covering the football!
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Fantastic indeed. Blitz is demand, as some of you have done already. Share that Blitz BK emoji if you are a shiner. If you are not a shiner, consider signing up. You can get you into our Discord where you can talk Jets football and other things with other Jets fans like yourself. Now, first things first, congratulations again to the Queen Leanie. Made a triumphant return moments ago on Jake's show, calling out Beast and slaying the Beast, if you will. So, Leanie chose the Joe Namath mini helmet. So, we'll be sending that out to her. Now, for those of you that missed the other night, we have a new raffle going on. It's winner's choice. Whatever player you want, your choice. If you win the raffle, you could say, hey, Nick, I would like a Curtis Martin item or Joe Klecko or Freeman McNeil or any other Jet player. We can work on that and get you either a signed jersey, a signed mini helmet, or a signed photo to get framed and put up on the wall. So we'll do winner's choice. I know people like to have options in life, so I like to choose what I want at times. So we got that going. That raffle will be going off Sunday, March 15th. I think that's the day. Yes, the 10th is the Tuesday. Can't wait for the 10th. March 10th will be 3 years sober. Never thought I'd get to that point, but now I look forward to just extending that throughout the course of the rest of my life. But are we underestimating the New York Jets options at number 2? Arvell Reese has been the Jet most connected with us at that position. David Bailey is starting to pick up steam in the mocks. Are people just worn out from picking Reese? Are they just trying to change their mocks to change the discussions to get Jets fans more engaged? Not sure. There's been some Caleb Downs talk at safety at number 2. Now, I'm not sure if I could go that route at 2. I wasn't a big fan when we drafted Jamal Adams at 6. I don't know if I could do that. Now, Sonny Styles, best middle linebacker in the class. It's a possibility he could be in play. We need playmakers on defense. We need elite talent all across this defense. These guys have to be. There's not a defensive tackle worth taking. I don't think we go corner, but edge, off ball linebacker, middle linebacker, defensive tackle, off the board, safety, maybe. And we can't rule out wide receiver. I don't think we can rule that out. We'll know more in a couple weeks when free agency gets here. But as of now, I think the names in no order: Bailey, Reese, Styles, Downs, Tate. Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Asman wants his choice. He gifted a membership that went to Loud Rimshot. Nice gift, Jake. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. You're the man. So when you're looking at the Jets at number 2, can they move? Yes. And why did I not say Bain? I loved Bain a couple weeks ago. I love Bain the prospect. I love Bain the player. I love his energy. I love his motor. I love his strength. I love his physicality. But that's a 4-3 edge. I don't think you draft him and move him inside in a 3-4. Could they do it? Maybe, but I think in a 3-4, you want to have great outside linebackers. You want to have great players that stand up. You want to have them that can make plays in the run, chase down running backs, get out for the bubble screens. You want that speed. Bubble screens are a really big thing in the NFL now. Quick passes, get the ball out of the quarterback's hand. You need that speed of guys who can close in and get out there. Bailey and McDonald together would be really an elite speed duo. Could you keep Jermaine? Could you use Jermaine? A comment Sunday night, we were talking with one of the members of the chat about Pace back in the day for the Jets, how he was bigger and similar size to Jermaine. But I think the game is different nowadays. And I think you want to have that speed coming off the edge. And I don't know if Jermaine fits that. I'm very curious to see what they do. Do they just keep both? Do they keep Jermaine and Will and see who fits better in the 3-4 for this year as a trial period? And then maybe by the trade deadline, make a move. We saw them trade this year with Quinnen and Sauce. So the Jets could very well do that again. But we'll see. There's a lot of options. When you're changing the scheme and you're going to play hybrid, there's a lot of options there for the Jets. Now, pick 16, same thing. You could still look at defensive tackle. You could still look at a middle linebacker. If Styles is gone, which he will be, you could look at a CJ Allen type, move Sherwood to off ball, or the weak inside linebacker, move him to the will, and have CJ Allen become your main man in the middle. You can go defensive tackle. You can go Banks or McDonald. If you want to have speed coming off the edge, you have to be able to collapse the pocket. You have to be able to have a guy who can command the double team. You have to have a guy who can throw people out of the way if you decide to single block him to open everything up for your edge. So I would be a big fan of Banks. You guys know he's my number one player for the Jets to get. I think that's just a guy that fits everything that we need to be able to do on the defensive side of the ball. But more importantly than the New York Jets is Artie's health. Artie, much love to you, my friend. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. He says, Nick, sitting here. Oh, this is from Peg. Forgive me. Nick, sitting here, waiting to break Artie out. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. Well, we'll call it a jailhouse break here. Put him in the wheelchair, get him home safely, get him in the chair, and let him relax, and do what you always do, Peg. Take care of our guy, and take care of your guy. So I appreciate you, and much love to both of you, and hope you get through this stronger and closer. And much love to you guys. Mike says, I also love CJ Allen. Hill Jr., my first two picks would be Styles and CJ Allen. Man, that would be. I don't know if they double dip at linebacker, but I mean that's a badass duo. I think that you'll see next year. I think that I would move Sherwood to off ball, put Allen in at 16 if it's not Banks. If you're going to build a 3-4 defense, you got to do what the Pittsburgh Steelers have done for years. You got to have a great group of linebackers. You can't have a 3-4 defense and have shitty linebackers. I think Sherwood's a shitty linebacker. I think Sherwood makes a lot of tackles because he's always on the field, and the Jets give up a lot of plays. I don't think Sherwood is a game changer. I don't think Sherwood is elite. I think he just makes tackles from being there. And I want to improve. I want a better player in the chess match. I want a better guy calling the plays. I want a better guy with the mental matchup against the quarterback. And I just don't see that with Sherwood. I just see a guy, and I don't want a guy running my defense. I've made reference to, I think the Giants with Harbaugh could take Sonny Styles at 5. Harbaugh's had Ray Lewis. He's had CJ Mosley. He's had a Patrick Queen. He's had premium investments into the middle linebacker position. I would like to do that. If we're okay taking a defensive tackle later, or they have targeted a guy that they could think that would be perfect as your zero technique, as your nose tackle, all right, I could deal without Banks if you go get CJ Allen at 16. I could deal with a wide receiver if they fall. I don't want corner. I don't want the 3-4 D end. I think you can go with Phillips and Briggs, restructure Phillips' contract, keep him in the locker room, add guaranteed money. I don't want Simpson at quarterback. There's no running back worth taking. I believe Love will be gone by then. I wouldn't take a running back anyway in round 1. With 4 picks, that pick 44, if we don't make any moves, could be an ideal place to get another playmaker if you lose Brees. I know Aaron Glenn has said he loves Brees. He wants to build the offense around Brees. He's going to be our workhorse. I think they're going to have to tag him because I think Brees wants out. And I think you're going to have to force Brees to stay, which sucks. You want guys that want to be here. Mike, I agree with this 100%. That's the most important part of this entire draft. This is why I don't want to take a quarterback like Simpson, a guy who's going to sit, a guy who got worse as the year went on, as more and more film came out about him. What I would prefer, get me 4 guys that can go in and raise the water level of talent with this team. If you go get an edge, you go get a defensive tackle, you go get a safety, you go get a guard, we're getting better. We need it. Yeah, and JJ, you're going to get that in maybe not completely. I think you're going to get a true nose tackle, and I think Briggs and Phillips can be your defensive ends. And then next year, you can go get a guy to upgrade from Phillips at that interior. But I think Briggs and this nose tackle that we draft are going to be part of this D-line for a while. You want to get new linebackers? I'm on board with that. I think you're going to see either Reese or Bailey be the pick now at 2. How you use Reese to be determined. But I think going forward, yeah, there's going to be changes. There's going to be personnel changes. I mentioned this earlier that if you don't trade them by the draft, you might keep both of them to see how they fit in a 3-4 and then move them by the trade deadline. You give them an opportunity to show what they can do in a 3-4 defense, and then you stick with whoever fits better. Does Jermaine's physicality and run stopping ability make him more valuable? Does Will's speed make him more valuable? And having the combination of Bailey and Will coming off the edge on pass situations, how does that affect everything. So I'm completely okay with hanging on to them short term. Don't forget, Will McDonald has a 5th-year option this year. Do the Jets pick that up? Jermaine Johnson, we have his 5th-year option. He hasn't been extended yet. So there's a lot of questions here. Not with just what players we're going to get. What players are we going to keep? Sherwood doesn't fit. Sherwood's, Sherwood to me is very underwhelming. I think that if I was playing middle linebacker, I could get 100 tackles. Not 47-year-old me, 26-year-old me. Mike says, regarding Banks, do you think his foot injury will be an issue in later years? I got to look into what the injury was. I know he was injured. He was out. He came back. He re-injured it, went out again, and wanted to come back for the last 2 games. So he wanted to show that he could get back for the draft. Listen, whenever you have a larger guy, lower body injuries are harder to heal, and then they could come back. And Dirty Cooch, not to my knowledge, but it seems to be a trend sweeping the nation right now, and I hope it doesn't hit anyone else. Ladies and gentlemen, Jenergy has joined the channel. Welcome back, Jen. Appreciate you. Much love to you, young lady. You're the best. Jen's in the raffle. Don't forget, folks, March 15th, we have a raffle going off. Winner's choice. You pick the player. Something new we're doing here on the channel. You pick the player. All you got to do is get in the raffle. $5 super chats and up. Joining the channel like Jen just did. Gifted memberships. And you're in. And if you win, you pick the player. It can be a mini helmet, an autographed jersey, or a signed photograph if you want to put a nice picture up on the wall. Starting to get some things together. Going to be rearranging this side of the apartment here. Going to push the desk over to that side in the future. We're going to paint this wall. Got a couple items I want to get up on the wall and get visible. So I got to paint first, and then we'll hang everything up. I wanted to start adding some things to the background and kind of bring it along nice and steady. But Jen, thank you again, and good luck to you, young lady. We had Leanie win the other day. Are the women going to start getting a winning streak going here? We shall see. Be back right after this.
Welcome, my friends. It's a shine time. Shine time. It's time to talk about the Jets. Don't you know it's shine time? Shine time. It's shine time. Time to be with my friends. Hey, have you seen my toe?
But yeah, I don't think Caleb Banks, he looked dominant at the Senior Bowl. Our buddy Dylan and Dom C both said the guy is massive. And we just need a guy like that in the middle of the defense. We need the guy. I keep saying this. Every time I've watched a great Jets defense throughout the years, we had that centerpiece up front. We had Jason Ferguson in the Bill Parcells years. We had Chris Jenkins and Sione Puha in the Rex years. We had Snacks Harrison also come in. Quinnen Williams. We've had that guy in the middle. Even going further back with Marty Lyons, Salam, Klecko. Whenever the Jets have had a good defense, it starts in the middle. So I know you can wait on a nose tackle and you can get that physically, that bull, and plug him in. But you got to get a guy. You got to get a guy. You have to put the investment into nose tackle. And if it's a guy that you could play a 4-3 and a 3-4, and you can have that option of moving him around and having him play multiple positions like a Banks or McDonald can, that's great. That's phenomenal. And now you free up your linebackers. You want a linebacker like CJ Allen to run free. Sherwood, if he moves to your week, you want him running free. Briggs, Banks, Phillips, those are 3 fucking bulls. You know who else is a bull? Kevin Tattoo. He can't be fucked with. Kevin Tattoo gives 5 memberships, ladies and gentlemen. They went to David Labarge, Smoothie T, Jeffrey R, Guaranteed Jet, and Runny Poo. Thank you, Kev. I love you too, buddy. You're the man. Thank you. Appreciate you for gifting the membership. Kevin already getting on the wheel for March 15th. We should have a good one. Now, like I said earlier, March 10th, very big day for me. I'm planning on what to do that day. Fingers crossed that I get to the day shift. They got a couple job postings right now. And I'm hoping, I put my letter of intent in yesterday. I'm hoping to get to days. If I get to the day shift, it's going to be a whole lot of changes here with the channel. Obviously, the midday shows would be gone. There will be a schedule coming out. We're going to have more prime time, shine time going on. We could have 6, 7 o'clock shows during the week, an 8 o'clock show. I'm not sure. I'm going to be working the site manager sports job during the week a couple days. So I want to put together a schedule. But first, dear Lord, please allow shine time to get the daytime at work. And then we can spend more time together at nights, ladies and gentlemen. So say a prayer for your boy. And if that's the case, March 10th, I'll have a massive show. Get a whole bunch of guests lined up at night and just celebrate good decisions, because that's what life's all about. Hopefully, our New York Jets can make some good decisions. I saw a comment earlier, I lost it, about how hitting in the mid rounds and hitting later in the draft and hitting on our free agency signings as well really is important. It's just as important as hitting on the first picks, right? When you put that first round pick's name in, you're hoping that guy's an immediate impact player. But when you can take that 4th round guy, or you can find a Michael Carter type who can come in and be a starter and work his way into a top 3, 4 player at the position until he got injured multiple times, of course. That's the beauty of the draft. You put all this work into the top guys. We talk about round 1, but then finding those guys in the mid rounds, finding those guys in the later rounds who can come in and help your team win immediately. That's important. We need that. You know, Muji had a nice draft year 1. I think Membu is on pace to be one of, if not the best right tackle in football in the near future. That's how high I think of him. And I know a lot of you do as well. We do have a Membo emoji here. Membo emoji. Sorry, it's a little bit of a tongue twister. We have a Membu emoji in the chat. Here he is running out as a Jet, hopefully. Very good Jet for a very long time. Mason Taylor. I think when you look at Taylor, you can see a nice jump in year 2. He had 44 catches last year with horrible quarterback play. Most of those catches were dump offs. Most of those catches weren't he wasn't utilized the way he should be because we didn't have a quarterback who could get the ball downfield. If you bring in a Kirk Cousins, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but Cousins gets the ball. Cousins feeds the ball to his best players. And if you keep Brees Hall, and you have a Garrett Wilson, and you have a Taylor, and you have a Brees, you got 3 weapons at every level, just like Atlanta did with London, with Pitts, with Bijan. There's opportunity there for Cousins to have some nice weapons to throw to. Does he come here? I don't know. Do the Johnsons want to go there with him? I don't know. But I think that is our best option to pivot off of what we saw last year with a quarterback not being able to read, not being able to react, not being able to release on time. When I look at Cousins, I think he can be a guy for a year. And I think he could be a guy who just stands in the pocket and gets the ball out time and time again. I'm not saying a Super Bowl contender team, but I think that we can be a competitive team with a much improved defense this offensive line, Wilson, Mechie, Mitchell together for the season, Mason Taylor, potential bringing Brees back. I think you have nice weapons for Cousins to operate in. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a treat for you. He is inside the airport.
What's going on, Nick? How are you?
How you doing, my friend?
I'm good. I treat that 33rd pick and the 44th pick like it's something where obviously there's the trade value of 33,
Yeah.
but that's where you kind of start to take the risks on players, knowing that you can kind of get out of the deal a little bit more easily with the lower money. So guys with higher upside like Caleb Banks, like if he's there at 33, he's
Yeah.
a consideration. Like if Ty Simpson were to be there at 33, I think you'd probably run the card up because then you could take a quarterback in the first round next year and do it with a clear conscience, right?
You wouldn't want to trade up into the back end of round one to get the quarterback to have the 5th-year option in case he hits.
You know, that's the one thing. Like if the price is if he's easily attainable, say we're talking about a future 3 to go from 33 to 29 or something like that, then maybe you do that. But that said, 33 gives you a whole wealth of options, I think. Like there's going to be players there that you don't expect. There always are.
Yeah.
And, I think that part of it is not being tied into that huge money of the first round is part of what's, even though you don't have the full possibility of the 5 years, you can kind of correct mistakes a little bit more easily and take those risks on the high upside guys. And I see Banks as that kind of guy.
I see the I mean Banks. If Banks is there at 33, I'm gonna be in panic mode. If it gets to 24, 25, 26, I'm waiting for I remember watching the draft with a bunch of guys I coached with and all our kids. And Minnesota was up and it had the purple bar on the bottom. And it broke away. It pixelated and broke away and started to turn green. And I slammed my hands on the table and stood up. And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Oh, it's the Jets." And the Jets traded up for AVT. And that was the move that I wanted. I'm like, "We got Barrett Tucker. We got the lineman." I walked outside. I didn't even watch the pick get announced because I knew that we were trading up for the lineman. I would want that same thing. I would be sitting there on pins and needles waiting for it to pixelate and turn green that the Jets jumped up. Now, if you can get out of this draft with Bailey, CJ Allen, and then Banks, now you got a front 7, Kyle. Now you can really play defense and you can do multiple things with this front and you can play different types of front. CJ Allen's like a Javon Walker type. He can play middle linebacker. He can rush the passer. He can cover. He can defend the run. He can do it all. I would not be upset getting the second best middle linebacker in this draft.
And then you're not obligated to go in for a second contract on Banks. That's the main thing. I'm gonna go board my flight, Nick. I'll talk to you soon.
Safe travels, my friend.
Be good.
Be good, pal. Thanks for calling in. Also, I do want to say this. The Nick Shine Show will have some draft information coming out very soon. We've already talked about Atlantic City for Friday and Saturday. Lou B is going to get us hooked up nicely with the sportsbook party on Friday and Saturday. And then Saturday night, we're going to be at Ocean, H2O Club. He's going to get us hooked up over there. So shout out to Lou. Lou's going to be putting together nice little events for us. So if you are looking to get away, draft weekend, Friday the 24th, Saturday the 25th, let me know. I'll be posting all the information in my Discord, and I'll be talking about it on air. But stay tuned for Thursday night. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Might have something in the works right now for all of you who are in the area. Could be a lot of fun. So trying to put the finishing touches on something before we announce it, but that's what we call a tease in the business. And look at now, Genergy's in green. Before she came in, she was gray, and now she's in green. Her name. So much better to have Genergy in green. Next up, we got Philly Noodles. What up, dog?
What's going on,
Oh,
man?
clean shaven Philly Noodles.
Yeah.
Oh, look at
Fucking-
so young, like a little pretty baby boy.
You know what I mean? Shave the face, leave a little T, little goat, little chiba. You know what I mean?
Good.
For the Spanish folk, a little chiba down there. Yeah, man, I lost 30 pounds. Trying to celebrate, shave the face,
Good for
look
you,
better,
man.
feel healthier.
Good for
Eating
you.
some
Congrats.
Subway, almost done. You know what I
Nice.
mean? Yeah, I mean.
Did a Monday was a holiday, right? Yeah, I did my bulk meal for the week. I took 3 pounds of chopped meat. I took
Nice.
a package of bacon. I sliced it all up. I took a dozen eggs. I
Yes.
took what else? A
Excuse me.
bag of diced potatoes
Oh yeah.
and mixed it all up. Cooked them all separately. Put it together and made 5 meal containers for the
Fire.
week. So
Fire.
yeah,
I love it.
it's
My
good, man.
my fiance is like afraid of me, just not afraid. She's like, oh, you and you're eating meat or whatever. I said, hey, that shit is lean as hell, bro. I'm like, what's wrong with that? I start lifting weights. I'm gonna get lean and mean. I'm out here just looking flubby and tubby. I don't like that shit. It's killing me. I'm almost 40. I'm 38, and I feel like I'm turning into a mush. I'm like, this is weird. Like, I'm like, I didn't see myself doing this. So I'm like, so something's got to change. So fuck
Dude,
it.
it's never a bad day for self improvement. Like that's
Yeah,
been my
facts.
motto the last couple of years. Like no matter what, pick something that day and get better at it. Like
Mhm.
if you do that, and for me, obviously, laying my head down on the pillow at the end of the day sober is a great day.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah,
find
my-
something to improve upon during the day, whether it's your diet,
Mm.
whether it's your workout, whether it's something with your mental health, which I'm very big on. Just get better at something every day, bro. And don't let things slide out of control. You're gonna have bad moments in life, but
Big
don't
fact.
let it domino effect into awful shit. Like I'm doing a push-up challenge for February. I set a
Okay.
goal to do
All right.
1,400 push-ups in the month. And
Okay.
yesterday, I did 60 the day before, and I did 100 yesterday. Yesterday was the first time I did 100 in one day. So
Shit.
I feel
There you go.
my neck, my back, my chest, everything is sore today. I feel great.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man, I got to get into some type of mode like that. Yeah, I got some little home gym equipment in the garage in the new place that me and my fiance moved into, but there's like a little bit of black mold sitting in the corner, so I got to like hit up the property manager, be like, "Yo, bro, we gotta address this shit because I need to work out." So it's
Yeah.
ain't working. You know what I mean? But on the Jets note, Woody still being Woody, right? Little articles coming out. He's one of the main benefactors of them switching the no reports anymore type of scenario. Stuff like that right before free agency does not sit well with me as a fan, and it shouldn't with any of us. But we gotta hope Moogie and Glenn can just do whatever it takes to get dudes in their mind. Like, don't worry about that shit. Please come here to be a Jet. We're building something, and I think that's the toughest thing. And I think
This
a
is
little
where
bit of
let me just chime in on that before you
Yeah.
go to your next point. This is where Aaron Glenn comes in.
yeah,
And I think Aaron Glenn, as bad as he is or was as a decision maker and an in-game coach, Aaron Glenn can speak to the player.
he does.
Aaron
Very well.
Glenn can motivate a player. Aaron Glenn can win over a player because he knows what players want to hear. He was a player. Obviously, the money will take care of itself.
Yeah.
But how are you going to utilize me? How are you going to build your culture? What's your plan? What's going to be the thing that turns the ship? And I think Glenn can sell that to players. So I think that will help. And obviously the money end of it will.
Mhm.
But I got to be honest. I think, again, I don't know if we go big game hunting in free agency. I
Well,
think
those-
they're going to look
Mm.
for more players like Mitchell, Mechie, Briggs, Brownlee. They're going to target players that might not be huge fanfare, but when you get them on the field and you get them in the scheme, you could see that they moved with intent and purpose, and they believe that they can coach these guys up and find a role and find a niche for them on the team. So I think that's what I would look for this year in free agency, aside
me-
from a quarterback.
Yeah. To me, I'm very interested in what Reich, wants to get done with that offense. I feel like I can't say everywhere he's been has had a really strong running game because Carolina, even in one season, was not. The Eagles at that time, who was there as their running back with Wentz? I forget.
With Wentz,
Yeah,
was that McCoy, or was McCoy gone already by then?
could have been, right? I think he was gone. He didn't win no Super Bowl. So you see what I'm saying? Like, so one thing is certain. Brees is not going to be a benefactor of circumstance where we're desperate. So they will move on from him. They're going to have to take a fourth at this point, and hopefully a fourth with something else coming with it, and just move on forward. And I think any running back will do that. They fit in. They'll just make it happen. I heard somebody yesterday mention the second running back for Atlanta. And I think that's a terrible comp to us because we already have that with Braylon Allen when he gets back. He's a bruiser. I think they need someone quick, even more shiftier than Davis. Kenneth Walker, I don't think happens, but someone shifty. I mean, because even I thought Rico Dowdle would be a good fit, but again, he's the same deal. He's less shifty. He's a hard hitter. So I don't know. I liked what's his name from the Ravens, the Keaton Mitchell. And I think he's restricted. If they could strike on Keaton Mitchell and have him, them three, if Brees is gone, that kid is explosive. And he did well after his injury. That was pretty bad recently. So in the past season.
Yeah. So here's the 2018 Eagles running backs. Smallwood, also nickname for some of us here present right now, Smallwood. And then there's Darren Sproles, Boston Scott, Jay Ajayi. So Boston Scott would be the Giants killer. Boston Scott would put up 2 touchdowns in a game against the Giants. He would have 5 touchdowns in a year. 4 of them would be against the Giants.
But what does that spell?
He was the giant killer.
That's a small dude, man. That's what it is. It's about small guys. Wright could work with smaller guys. Now, he did have Taylor for a small bit there in Indianapolis towards the end of his career.
I believe so.
So, I mean,
Taylor's a different runner than Brees, and I think it's ridiculous to put Brees. Brees doesn't look for contact. Brees won't hit the hard hole hit the hole hard unless it's a wide open hole. There's times where you just got to put your pads down and go full speed, and then maybe you break through it. Sometimes you get tackled, but I don't see a running back that I want to give $14 million a year to in Brees Hall. I mean, it takes a lot for me to want to give a running back a second contract, but Jonathan Taylor, I'd do it. Derrick Henry, a couple years ago, I'd do it. Those are guys that when they hit the hole, they're not afraid of who's there, and they can break through it and take it the distance. I don't see that. I see Brees as a change of pace back.
I'll leave you with this because I got to clock out in a second, but call me crazy. I'm with Lou B, Super Jets fan, and a couple other people. Give me love if he falls to 16. I don't even care. Because
I don't think he gets there. I get you. I don't think he gets there. But
I mean,
I would rather 44. If we don't trade back at all, and 44 is our last pick before 103, I would have no problem going back to what we did in 22. Brees was our 4th pick. Oh, he's a second round. Running back's too early to take. Yeah, but it's your 4th pick. If you go Bailey, and then you go CJ Allen, and then you go nose tackle, or you take a guard at 30, I have no problem going 2 guys in the front 7 with the first round, and then go guard running back with Price from Notre Dame in the 2nd round, or one of the other backs, the kid from Nebraska. I forget his name, but we got some options, and we'll get a better idea once free agency hits, right? And maybe even this week if we tag Brees. So we'll have a better idea, but that window's open. Have a good second half of your day at work, my friend.
Thank you, brother. Have a good one.
Talk to you soon, Skinny Mini.
Later.
Keep it up. Yeah, there's a lot of options for the Jets. And I think free agency, well, I know right now the tag window's open. Brees could be tagged at any time. Are the Jets trying to negotiate with Brees Hall? Are they trying to get him on a 2-year, $22 million deal? Are they trying to get that extension, and then they'll wait till, I believe, March 3rd? It's 2 weeks. It started yesterday on the 17th. It goes through March 3rd, I believe, is your window to tag. Yeah, Emmett. That was the one I was thinking of, Mike. Emmett Johnson, Price from Notre Dame is another one. There's 2 running backs from Penn State, Singleton and another guy. There's guys. If you have, listen, the beauty of being a running back is there are players like a Barkley, like a McCaffrey that can go in any scheme and do anything. And then there's others that fit specific run schemes. Le'Veon Bell was a very patient runner, and then he would plant and turn upfield. There's guys who run a power scheme. There's guys who run the zone read. There's guys who run the outside zone. Your blocking scheme and finding a running back that meshes with that is important. So it's not just saying this name works. I don't think Brees works with how they want to run the ball, to be completely honest. I was a little surprised at the beginning of last year. Braylon Allen wasn't a bigger role in running the ball. You know, we saw it in the preseason. So I was a little taken aback by that. But yeah, speaking of the draft, here we go. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. Do that one. No, I don't like that one. Do that one. Do that one. There we go. All right. This is Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft 2.0. Obviously, the dream is dead. Mendoza goes first. He's got us taking David Bailey. He says the Jets have their pick of the draft's finest edge rushers here. Bailey's combination of explosiveness and production is the best of the bunch. You're starting to see that this 3-4 defense now, multiple experts are putting Bailey as our selection. Having that guy coming off the edge, his speed, his ability, you need that rusher. You know, you got Briggs and Phillips as your DNs as of now. And you need that speed off the edge. You need that guy in that 3-4 who could get there. You know, Francis Mauigoa, who's the brother, or one of our linebackers' brother. And I want to say about him real quick. Do the Jets value him to let him start middle linebacker? I know he was bigger. I know he got some play this year. How much does Glenn like Mauigoa? That's a forgotten guy in the draft class. I keep forgetting to bring him up. Ruben Bain goes to Tennessee at 4. I think that's a perfect marriage with Robert Saleh, that physicality. Carnell Tate goes to the Giants. Spencer Fano, offensive lineman, goes to the Browns. Arvell Reese falls all the way to 7 to Washington. Mekhi Lemon goes to the Saints at 8. Jeremiah Love to the Chiefs at 9, which I think a lot of us expect. Caleb Downs at 10 to the Bengals. They finally get a playmaker in their defense in this mock draft. Dolphins, again, cornerback Mansour Delane. Cowboys, Jermod McCoy, another corner back-to-back. Emmanuel McNeil Warren, all the way up at number 13. This is the highest we've seen this guy go. He is somebody that I've loved for the Jets in the second round, but this is the first time I'm seeing him in the top half of the first round. So very interesting here by Daniel Jeremiah. Baltimore, Jordan Tyson. They try again with the first round pick at wide receiver. They've gone Flowers. They brought in Hollywood Brown. They brought in Hopkins. They had, was it Rashad Bateman? They've had multiple picks that they put up front they haven't been able to hit on. And Jordan Tyson's got some injury questions. 15, Sonny Styles goes to Tampa Bay. Now, I'll say this. In a world where Sonny Styles starts to fall, you got to start working the phones. If he gets to that 12, 13 range, I think you start working the phones. So that leaves the Jets now at 16. The top 3 receivers are gone. The top running back's gone. The top middle linebacker is gone. What do the Jets do? Oliava Vega Ionic, the guard from Penn State. I wouldn't be mad at this. I wouldn't hate this. If you're letting Simpson go and you go get the best guard in this draft and you plug him in next to Olu, your line is 80% completed for the long term. I think Tittman gets an extension this year, the very soon after it's available to be done. You got Membu and Olu at tackle. You now have Titman and Ione at guard. I think that's a really, really good offensive line. I would not be mad at that at all. It's not the sexy pick. But if you want to have that run game and you want to have your quarterback in 2027 come in behind a line that can dominate, you're giving him every opportunity to succeed. Plus, we can add to the weapons with multiple picks next year's draft. Seeing how the rest of it plays out, Parker, Dylan Fieneman going 18 to the Vikings. So 3 safeties in the top 18 picks in this mock. Keldrick Falk falls all the way to 19. Messador, Boston going to the Steelers at 21. Sadiq, Blake Miller, Monroe Freeling, Peter Woods, Malachi Fields jumps up to round 1. Lee Hunter. So Daniel Jeremiah has Lee Hunter going ahead of both McDonald and Banks. Caleb Lomu, tackle. Colton Hood, corner. CJ Allen falls to 30. Zion Young to 31. And KC Concepcion, 32 to the Seahawks, which would leave the Jets with the choice of Banks or McDonald on day 2. McDonald has experience playing the nose as he did at Ohio State this year. That would be interesting. If you have both of those guys there and you're looking to add to that defensive line, you can take some phone calls. You can maneuver around a little bit in that scenario. That's really interesting mock draft. That leaves you Caden McDonald, Caleb Banks, even Christian Miller from Georgia at the top. Hill Jr. is still there, middle linebacker. The 3 safeties are gone. You took the guard, so you don't need to worry about Vasantis or Pregnon. The 3 safeties, wow, that's wild. You know, you took Bailey, so you don't have to go with a Mason Thomas. Jake Golday from Cincinnati could also be in play. You have the wide receivers available. Bernard, Chris Bell from Louisville. I think Chris Bell is the one that got hurt. I think he got hurt in December. So, interesting. You don't need Jennings Dunker. David D says, Nick, how did Francisco Marinoa progress on special teams in his rookie season with the Jets? I think he got banged up a little bit, but when he played, he was a big hitter for us as a linebacker. You know, I'm curious to see if they value him enough to have him and Sherwood be the middle backers for this year. I don't know. It's their pick. So I wonder if they value him enough to say, hey, we're going to try you at middle linebacker this year, and then maybe draft another guy later, or just have a competition. But he was good. Our special teams were great. So I mean, it's hard to find a flaw on our special teams, and we hope that the coaching and the scouting room can find guys on offense and defense like we found guys on special teams. Parker stocks seem to have increased as a result of Senior Bowl week. Yeah, Parker is the edge from Clemson, who coming into the season was viewed as a top 5 pick in some mocks, top 10 at times. Mike says Jets trade up to 7. I don't know if he gets there. I don't even think he gets there. I think the Giants lock him up at 5. I really do. I know they've talked about a receiver. I just think that Harbaugh will want that centerpiece to his defense. You got the Eagles. and the Cowboys with a big offense, go get your centerpiece. Go get your captain of your defense. Plug him in. Listen, I hope we get him some way somehow, but I'm okay falling back on Allen or even Hill. But yeah, I think Washington at 7, if Styles is there, that's your Bobby Wagner replacement. You take him in a heartbeat. And then you got Jaden Daniels running your offense. You got Sonny Styles running your defense. You have a nice bounce back season there. Yeah, David, this is exactly what happened with Sherwood. Sherwood started off as a safety convert to linebacker, was a special teams guy, had some injuries, and worked his way up into a starting role after CJ Mosley got injured, and then took over and got a contract extension. And he got that contract extension with a coaching staff that never even coached him. Cooch says, I'm excited for this new coaching staff. Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised by the names that we were able to get. You know, Bowling at middle linebacker or linebackers coach, and Dunbar coming back. That's impressive. That's two good gets. You know, Reich. I'm not so excited about the offense, but I've said time and time again here, with Aaron Glenn running the defense, you have got to make sure your defense gets better. You can't be a bad defense as the head coach and the coordinator with these picks and keep your job. You can keep your job if your defense shows great improvement. It shows that you have game records. It shows that you have guys who can make plays, get turnovers, get sacks, get off the field. And now you go to the front office and say, hey, we heavily invested in the defense in 26. Now we're going to put our efforts into the offense in 27. We're going to go get a quarterback. We're going to go get another top wide receiver. And we're going to put all of our energies onto the offensive side of the ball. And we're going to be a competitive team in 27 and beyond. I'll take that. I think best case scenario is the New York Jets get a veteran like Cousins and can be competitive with defensive players that hit the ground running immediately and make impact. Worst case scenario is hopefully the defense looks good and the offense struggles, but we know we're a quarterback away. That would be a great worst case scenario. Offensive line is in place. Myers shows that he could be a guy long term. Mechie shows that he can be a great number 2 next to Garrett Wilson. Taylor evolves. Offensive line is in place. And you're a quarterback away on offense. Quarterback and adding another receiver. Tweet right now from Antoine Staley. The estate of Paul Allen begins sale for the process for the Seattle Seahawks. But folks, call lines are open. I got a couple more minutes. I got to run an errand before work. I got to pick something up. I ordered some things for my health, and now I just got to go get stuff from the store to use these things. Sodium is very, very low, and I still get lightheaded even with the medication for my blood pressure. So I ordered sea salt, and I'll put that on the food. But I'll be honest with you, I'm taking like a pinch or 2 of sea salt, putting it in, and drinking a glass of water. And it helped yesterday at work. It helped again today. I wake up, I get out of bed, I stand up, I'm all dizzy. So do what you got to do. Dirty Cooch says, green bean effect, losing 20 years by shaving, referencing Philly noodles before. Green bean will be with me on Friday. You're not pinned. You're not pinned. Thank you, Addison. Bloop. It's pinned. But Green Bean will be my guest Friday afternoon, 12:30. Looking forward to that, talking ball with him. Oh man, I don't eat mustard at all. Honey mustard occasionally. If I have like chicken, I've been on a honey mustard kick and I never really liked that. Yeah, Clancy, you missed it earlier. I did food prep on Monday. 3 pounds of ground beef, a package of bacon, a dozen eggs, diced potatoes, mix it all up, put it together, and I made five. I bought containers to make food for the week. So that's it. Got to adjust some things a little bit, but the cardiologist last week said sodium is your ally now. When I first saw you, you were on 2 blood pressures, your sodium was through the roof, you were eating bad, you were drinking. And he goes, now you need some sodium in you. It's complete opposite. Fasting's not dumb. You just got to make sure you're still taking the additives. I take double the amount of daily vitamins I should to make sure I get everything. But yeah, the sodium and being light now is wild. I mean, it's 234 light. Uh, Again, Clancy, it's not. Google 72-hour fast. Anything over 72 hours is great. Uh, who was it? Kevin James, the actor from King of Queens of the Bobby Midnight show. He did a 40-day fast and lost all the weight. I think you just got to look into it and read into it a little more. Obviously, you got to take better alter. All right, we're back there after a couple seconds. I think I'm back. Are we good? Hello. All right. Thank you. Hi, Cooch. Everyone loves saying hi to a new Cooch. I don't think I have the willpower for that kind of fast. Yeah, it's challenging, but I drink a lot of coffee, drink a lot of water, and you'd be surprised how fast it goes by. That's what she said. But yeah, it's worth it. It's beneficial. You know, After 36 hours, the body starts to eat off of itself, and it eats the bad first. Your body's like self-defense system kicks in. And people believe, not just people, scientists believe that if you do this every so often, you'll never get like cancer. You'll never get these things because your body will eat off immediately all the bad shit. So I've read a bunch about it. I recommend you try it too. Only good things come out of it. You get more energized from fasting. You get more mental clarity. You get better, deeper sleep. So many good things come out of it. And listen, I am not one who looks to agree with Gary very often, but he's right when it comes to this. Oh, Clancy, the dizzy spells have nothing to do with fasting, my friend. It's just my body has been deprived, and some of the medications I was on were making my levels too low because I didn't need those medications anymore. Nice. Yep. 30 cooch correct. The body eats the cancerous and the damage sells first. 100%. But yeah, everyone's got different things they want to do. Some people want to get out, walk more, exercise more, hit the gym. People change their diet. Some people still want to eat bad and then go to the gym and say, I'm balancing myself out that way. Not everybody had what I had with diabetes and a heart attack and bad health and lost 146 pounds. So there's balances that have to be reevaluated and rebalanced when you get back to where I'm at now compared to where I was. So I'd rather have these problems of trying to figure out how to keep me here than trying to keep me alive at 382 pounds. I much prefer being at 236 and dealing with this shit. But folks, we are getting near the end of the show. Call lines are open if anyone else wants to call in. But programming notes going forward. I'm working on a guest for Sunday night, seeing who I can get. But Friday afternoon, we'll be back with Green Bean at 12:30. Not sure about a show on Saturday night yet. I will keep you posted. We'll see if we get any news with the franchise tag on anyone. But Sunday night, Shine Time, 8 p.m. We'll be back then. But that's what we have going forward. And congrats again to Queen Leanie for not just slaying the beast, for winning the Joe Namath mini helmet. Now, for those of you just joining, we have another raffle going on. Winner's Choice. $5 super chats, gifted memberships, get you on the wheel. Sunday, March 15th, your choice of player. Mini helmet, signed jersey, photograph, plaque for the wall, whatever you want. So, winner's choice. I feel that people love having choices in life. I know I do. So, you can choose your player, and we'll figure out the item. And now, since the call lines are empty,
You dopey bastards in the media twisted my words. What I said was, big ships burn slow.
I misclicked.
Now let's go to What Did We Learn Today, courtesy of Nick Shine.
All right, folks. What did we learn today? Drop your What Did We Learns, and then we will kick it up to the greatest note taker in all the land, Mr. Boomtown. If you're watching the show and you have not subscribed already, please do so. We just hit 2,070, trying to climb and get as many as we can. Appreciate all of you for being a part of the channel. Appreciate all of you who show up time and time again to be here. Oh, you're going to call in? No, you're going to call in. What up, homeboy?
What's up, Nick Shine? How's it going, man?
How are you, my friend?
Absolutely great. Having a vanilla iced coffee from McDonald's and loving life. Hell yeah.
Vanilla ice coffee?
Hell yeah.
Nice.
How's
What
it
else
going,
did you
man?
get from McDonald's? I'm going to live vicariously through you right now. What else did you get from McDonald's?
That's it. Just the iced coffee.
That's it?
Yeah. I don't,
You know what my
Egg
sister does?
McMuffins. Egg McMuffins give me really bad gas, and I don't feel like having that today.
All right. I
Terrible.
understand. My sister will go get Diet Cokes from McDonald's, and that's it. Like, she'll pull up in a drive-thru, and they just know order a Diet Coke for her. Like, the people, like, there's a McDonald's 6 houses down from her. She'll just go get Diet Coke time and time again.
Hell yeah. That's
Vanilla
wild.
Iced coffee. I didn't know they had that.
Neither did I. But the line at Jack in the Box was wild, so McDonald's was my number 2. And the donut shop was closed, so that pissed me off. But anyway, Nick Shine, before the next season starts, what are your top 5 wants for this team to do prior to the season
Top
start?
5 wants. Lower ticket prices.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Build the front 7. Like, I could go through each position and list that as one, but I'm going to say if you're going 3-4, you got to put all your efforts into the front 7. Like you got to have a dominant front if you're going to run a 3-4. Get a playmaker on the back end at safety as well. Get a guard. I think you let Simpson go and you go get a rookie guard with one of these first 4 picks. Probably the 3rd or the 4th pick at 33, 44. And I would say Aaron Glenn show improvement in being able to lead and coach and decision make. Those are the 5 off the top of my head right now. Like spur of the moment question. Those are the 5 that I think I would go with.
Yeah, you can definitely sleep on it.
You have any in mind? Do you have any that like you were thinking that maybe I missed?
Make a splash in free agency, a big one, like
quarterback. Who?
Go get fucking Hendrickson from Cincinnati. Go like build that front like you were talking about. And yeah, quarterback. It would definitely be nice to add to this team. I don't want to run it back with Tyrod or fucking Fields. Obviously, that would be
yeah.
Might as well start looking forward to the next season after that point if they bring one of them motherfuckers back. Or Tariq Woolen from free agency. Hell yeah, corner.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
I know people are saying, "Oh, if we don't get Brees, go get Kenneth Walker or go get ETN."
Yeah,
if you let
sure.
Brees
That'd be
go,
nice.
if you're letting Brees go, why go spend money on free agency? Like, just go draft another running back. Like, you're not going to let the guy that you have here go to go bring in another guy and pay him money from elsewhere. Like, I think you're just going to go through the draft.
See, I don't like Isaiah Davis. Fuck that guy. Or Braylon Allen for that matter. So if we lose Brees, I feel like we need to totally revamp our running back situation. That's just me though. I'm sure a lot of people out there like Isaiah Davis. I'm not one of them, but fuck that guy.
I mean, he's a good number 3 back, right? He had to be bumped up to number 2 when Braylon Allen got hurt, and then there was games where he had to be the guy. I don't think anyone views Davis as the guy, but he can be a guy, right? Part of like a committee. He's a good special teamer, but I don't want him as. I got no problem with him getting 5 touches a game.
Yeah,
right.
Tops.
Yeah,
not running 3 straight times with him like we did a bunch of times last season.
Not on 1st and 10, 2nd and 11, and then 3rd and 8. No, you don't give him the ball then 3 times in a row.
Fuck no. Please no. Such a dope number too. I love 32. I hate seeing a not good player wear it. 32 is special to me.
Yeah, of course.
Shout out Magic.
Yeah, be positive.
Hell yeah. Stay positive.
Stay positive. Awesome. What do you got going on, my friend? Anything you want to plug?
I'm gonna plug in my phone pretty soon. I just unplugged my pen. Hell yeah. And I'm going to plug in the seatbelt, go to the shop, maybe come back and do episode 102. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
For those of you who haven't already, go over, subscribe, The Legend Bobby Midnight, which is Addison's home base for
incognito
YouTube programming.
Yeah.
There might be ladies out there who maybe he's done wrong in the past, trying to search him out. You will not be able to find him this way.
I don't know. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Like Homer Simpson in the bushes behind that name.
I prefer Homer Simpson on a clean wood floor. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Awesome,
Yes.
sir.
A shop
Have a
trip.
good show. If I can, I will pop in as always and show support for the home.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you popped me, so I wanted to pop you back. So hell yeah.
Pew, 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 pew. All right, sir. Thank you for calling. Have a great day, my friend.
Peace out, Nick.
Later, bro. Hell yeah. Oh. I thought he went to say something else. My bad. quick trigger finger. Forgive me. Yeah. Bob. Oh,
Oh,
were
what?
you saying something?
No, just peace out. And love you all. Hell yeah. Peace out, Shiners.
I don't know if you know, but Bob is in a nursing home.
Yeah, Bobby got a new bed.
Yeah, Bob
You like?
got a new bed.
I tried it already. I like it.
Dude, we need a video of Mikey just jumping up and down on it.
He probably has.
Yeah, definitely. All right, sir.
All right, man. Peace out.
Yeah, Bobby's just waiting for someone to find. Bobby's like, yeah, please come find me. Sorry. Shout out to Bobby, my 9-toe friend for life. Hopefully he takes care of this the right way and no more loss has to come. But folks, it's that time. You've had your chance. I didn't see any what did we learns. I'm looking again. If I missed one, I'm sorry. But I'm looking for the words I learned as the first two. All right. Nothing. No way. What? I doubt that. David, I learned on Addie's show from listening to Snowball that there's a Polynesian Football Hall of Fame. Yeah, I caught that last night as well. Oh, Clancy, we learned Bobby got a new bed. There we go. And folks, it is now time to kick it up to the expert.
Hey there, Shiners, you made it to the end. It's time to ask the question. Nick Shine would like to know, Canada's taking names. Boomtown always delivers. Let's find out now. What did we learn today?
If you are a member of the channel, if you are a Shiner, please do exactly what Stack is doing right now. Use your superpowers. Hit that what did we learn emoji. And kick it up to Boomtown. And Boomtown, if you would please, sir, drop it like it's hot. Addison, I learned that I interrupted. What did we learn? That's fine, bro. It's never an interruption when you call in. You're welcome anytime, my friend. Johnny Boy, I learned Mikey's cock water has many different flavors. Wow, I don't want to know how you learned that. I'm sorry to hear that. But, folks, here we go. Boomtown learned Peg is ready to play. Nick believes he would be a 100-tackle middle linebacker in his prime. Stay tuned for job updates and show schedule changes. Philly's wife may be afraid of her husband. Bonus, Brees is only interested in wide open holes. Both the call link and Addison were not pinned. Egg McMuffins give Addie really bad gas. How about Mikey saying Jay would like the grape cock water? Whoa. Look at that. Got a little retarded racism there. That's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the Nick Shine Show. It's a pleasure as always. Never know what's going to be said here or any other show. Go over, subscribe to the Legend Bobby Midnight, support Addison. I thank you all for being here, supporting this channel, trying to get to 2,100. Would love to get there by the end of the month. Your help would be appreciated. Spread the word, spread the love. Shout out to Artie again and Peg. Take care of your man. We love you guys. Thank you to Genergy for becoming a member of the channel again. Shout out to Kevin Tatz for gifting 5 memberships and Jake Asman for gifting 1. You guys are the best. Go Jets. And show Bob some love.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Have a good day, everybody. God bless. Be good to one another. Take care. Go Jets! Starting to get the enthusiasm a little bit higher.
It's got beef.
Gentry covered in football.
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.